All right. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to our global travel webinar. I'm Melissa Washington. I am the founder and CEO of Women Veterans Alliance, and we are here today with my friend David Gilmore from AHI to talk about our new global travel program that will start in 2025. This is our second webinar that we've had for those to get familiar with what we are offering. And just real quickly to share my why, um, I like to travel. And I feel, as starting Women Veterans Alliance as a meetup group, the connectivity that we have with women and talking to other women who say, you know what, I want to travel too, but you may not have others that may want to travel. So why not let's create an opportunity for us to be immersed in other in experiences in other countries where we can also come together as women veterans. And I'm sure there are a lot of things that are on individuals' bucket lists that we could definitely help cross off. And so without further ado, I'd like to introduce everybody to David, who's going to share more about AHI and what they do, and then about the different programs that we have scheduled for next year.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. Again, I also, being a lifelong industry travel professional, I love talking travel, and especially the way that AHI Travel does travel. And Melissa and I were fortunate enough to be able to experience one of our tours. These are immersive. It's really meant to engage in a region of the world. And our company has been doing this for about 62 years or so. We don't sell to the public. You've never heard of AHI Travel, is very likely. The stands for alumni holidays originally, usually. So the audiences that we serve are only like-minded, sometimes well-traveled or well-educated individuals. And that's what we want to be able to provide to you. I'll share my screen. I have a few slides, and there are 3 trips that we have on the books with the Women Veterans Alliance, and you can go ahead and book these today. So they're on the books. We're holding space for you, and I'll tell you a little bit about how things work. So there's one coming up in March. We have an August trip and an October trip. And unfortunately, due to a convention overlap, we're going to eliminate the journey to South Africa. So AHI, we're the operator. We have curated each and every one of these trips. We've stayed at it, every single property. Usually it's a boutique property. We have been doing this for a long, long time. You won't find these available to the public, and you won't find these mirrored by any other company or any like River Cruise or anything like that, right? So we only serve the business to business market. What you can really expect is these are immersive. We call it slow travel. So if you really want to, learn Barcelona as an example, the ins and outs, the history, the architecture, the food, the cuisine. We have our experts that travel along with and are providing some of that information. The Nile, the Egypt Nile cruise that we're doing for the Women Veterans Alliance in March, we have 2 PhD Egyptologists that travel along with. You're getting the real deal, the real insights. It's only 28 people max. You could be paired with a university with some of their alumni, or it could be all Women Veterans Alliance attendees that are on there. So, okay, again, Legends of the Nile. Now this one we need to get going on. So if you're interested, it's one of our top sellers. It's a fantastic, fantastic trip. I'll go over the details of it. You're spending 4 nights in Cairo, a night in Luxor, and in between, we have a river ship that you spend 4 nights aboard as well. And then you return, go back up to Cairo, and you're staying at the Intercontinental there. So you start off at the Four Seasons, you go to the Hilton in Luxor. It's a terrific, terrific property. Um, uh, the whole itinerary we've designed, we've been tweaking this for the last 20 years or so, and it's really something that I think that you'll enjoy. We've had travelers this year, they love it. They don't report any challenges, they don't hear about any conflicts in the area. It's a fantastic, fantastic trip. So obviously you're seeing the Great Pyramid, you're doing Nile River cruise, you're going to the Old Bazaar, and again, really digging in and finding some of the hidden locations. Our guide that goes with you, he lives there in Cairo. He knows everyone, it seems like. So if you want to say to him, hey, at night, hey, can you show me around? Can you take me out and about and really kind of see the behind the scenes Cairo kind of stuff? No problem. He'll take care of that. He has his friends that are out and about, and you'll get some great food. So that's our first trip that we're offering, and I strongly recommend that if you ever want to do that, this trip, this is the time. Go ahead, book it now. It's selling fast, and we'd love to have you. The second trip, do I have to get rid of this? Okay. Uh, the Rhine and Moselle, and I think that we already have a couple bookings. We have people that have reached out to our call center and have said, yes, hey, I want to do this. And so the way that we do our river cruises is we always contract the newest ship. We always have the best port locations where you can stop and hop off and venture into, Amsterdam, Cologne, and Strasbourg, for instance, each of those destinations. This is a terrific, terrific solo-friendly trip. It's priced right. It's a terrific price. If you pay in full, you can even take another $500 off of this. And the solo friendly means you can book a cabin if you're traveling as a single person and not have to pay that single supplement that cruise lines always have you charge. We have many of those. It's something that we're proud to offer, and it's a great way for you to say, oh gosh, I don't have anyone to travel with, but I'd love to do this. Boom. Let's travel with our fellow like-minded individuals, and we don't charge you an extra supplement. Bicycle rides through Amsterdam, wine tours, musical tours, castles and hikes. This is a terrific, all-encompassing, 8-day, quick, easy intro river cruise. The next one is the Grand Danube Passage. Now, this one's the full experience. If you're really if you have the time and you want to do the best river cruise out there, this is the one. At 15 days, almost twice as long as the Rhine that we have. Also, solo friendly. There's no single supplement. For that price and for this time, it's pretty incredible. You're seeing 5 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. I was just reading reviews from some of the travelers, and some of the highlights that they said were having the cruise along Budapest at nighttime, where the Parliament building is all lit up. You'll take 7,000 photos of it. The Passau walking tour, Sofia, fantastic. You'll love this. If you're looking for something that's all encompassing and you really want to dive into it, terrific, terrific itinerary that we have. Plus, you're staying 3 nights in Sofia. Does this? So I mentioned that we had to scratch the Southern Africa tour because of the timing, because it overlaps with the conference. Now, we do have some others, and Melissa, I'm not sure how you want to handle this, but I've listed 4 others, and if the audience, if the members, if you all feel, hey, I would really love to do this, yes, let's go ahead and let's book this, let's hold some space. We have some space available. I can hold these for you. Wonders of Peru is half land, half river. When I say river, we're talking about Amazon River here. We're not talking like the rivers in Europe. So you're spending time in Machu Picchu. The price includes a flight from Miami. You're staying right at the top at Machu Picchu. It's terrific access. The Croatian Dalmatian coast, that one is a half land where you're staying 4 nights in Zagreb, in the capital, and then you're going over to the coast and then doing it's a large yacht or a small cruise ship that you're dotting the coast. The Normandy Hunfleur, this one, you unpack once, you're staying in one property, you're staying in a UNESCO World Heritage town, and you're really immersing yourself in the beautiful, beautiful Normandy and Hunfleur area. And then there's Malta and Sicily, where you're splitting the two destinations. Malta is often it's quite the surprise for people when they find, oh my gosh, it's as beautiful as any of the other islands. It's, better than Greece because there's not the crowds and it has twice the history. So really kind of fantastic. I think that I have some of these pulled up. What's this one? Yep, Malta, Sicily, 4 nights. So I have the brochures. Not sure how we want to handle that, but we can post this or maybe you can even put in the chat, hey, these are the trips. That's the trip that I really want to do. But we have 4 extra that we could offer. Oh, and we figured we'd throw in a little bit of a bonus. We'd also give anyone on this call or the first 10 people that book any of the trips, we will have an extra $500 on top of the $500 early booking. So where's our trips here? Legends of the Nile, Cruise the Rhine and Moselle, Grand Danube. Those are the dates. The first 10 people that book will be entered in. You can get an additional $500 off.
Thank you, David. So just for clarification for those, so these are programs that would book under Women Veterans Alliance, but say someone saw another trip that was more, worked better with their schedule, it'd be with another group. Are they able to book that trip?
On our website or on your website, we have a AHI travel / WOMVET, WOMVET. You can see the trips that are available. Or if you just go to our ahitravel.com site, if there's space available in 2025, it's probably only about maybe 2 or maybe 4 spaces. Yes, you can go ahead and book there. But I recommend that you call into our call center, let them know that you're a member of the Women's Veteran Alliance so that Melissa gets credit and you can still enjoy the discounts.
Thank you, David. I just want to open up if anybody has any questions. You can use the chat or you can unmute yourself and ask the questions. And David, so since we've got while we're waiting for any questions, we've got March coming up very, very quickly. How soon would we have to have everything booked before we lose the opportunity to have that trip?
Oh, by the end of the business day today should be good. So the sooner the better. If it comes to Christmas and we have no bookings, likely we will, because we're gonna have we have that hold, and we're gonna have to let those hotels know and let the ship know, so that we're not incurring our own cancellation penalties. So, because that'll be like 90 days out. That's usually it's 90 or 120 days out is our contract. It kind of depends. So by Christmas. I would book that. It's such a great trip, and you can travel with fellow veterans, and bring a friend if you want, and call your friends. Let's get some people together. We need an influence out there. Trish, you can be my influencer.
And again, a lot of these, so I just share my experience. So earlier this year, and David and his wife were there as well. I went by myself out to southern Spain with AHI. Amazing, hands down, amazing experience that I had. It was very immersive. One of the days, as David mentioned, you have a guide that lives there. So our guide we had a whole, we were at a winery, there. It's owned by a very, very, very kind, giving, man and woman. While he was showing us all the vineyards, she was, cooking us our traditional Spanish meal. So we're able to try the different bottles of wine. I mean, you're not going to get that anywhere else. Like we got that day. That was amazing.
Yeah, nice to meet the locals and be fed by the locals, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and our groups, we had what, about 18, Melissa, I think, on our trip. So we'll never have more than 28. And, we like to build in a free time or a free day for each of our trips so that you can go explore on your own. And then often there's what we call personalize your journey, whereas one day you can either go to, I don't know, a national park or an olive orchard. We'll build those in so that you can personalize your own journey. And we do that with every one of our trips. Nobody has hard questions for me?
Well, maybe you've answered it. Everybody's going out to book. They're ready.
I'd say so.
All right,
Yeah.
so let's see. We do have a question. Teresa, what is the minimum number you have to do the trip? So what's the minimum number?
Yeah, we'll go out with eight. Out of the 28. We can handle that. We can work with the hotels. If it's only four or five, we can look to maybe have you join another group, a different departure date. So that's not going to be the issue. So, two, four, that's okay, but not as a solo. But for eight for a departure with only your group, for instance, yeah, it would be eight. Otherwise, you're happy to join two or four with another group.
And she asked, is that doesn't change the cost per person?
No, no, nothing changes. There's again, the price is the price. It includes everything, includes VA, includes the taxes. It includes port charges for the river cruises there. And like I said, if you decide to pay in full, you get $500 off per person. And we have the extra incentive, of course, that we're gonna for the one of those first 10 booking persons, we will go ahead and give another $500 off for somebody.
And another thing too, it included also the tips, which was great because I do travel a lot.
Yeah.
Not, I'm always
Yes.
ready for cash to give to the driver, but that's all of that is taken care of. Right. Well, again, this is recorded, so we will send out the link. So if you want to watch it again, have any questions, also too, you can also visit our website or AHI's website to find out more information. We've got the travel page that's set up. Like David mentioned too, it's always good just to call the call center directly, as those are experienced folks that can help you with any questions that you might have regarding our program, or maybe there might be something else you're interested in experiencing for 2025. And we will continue to do this. So hopefully we get, these trips going, and then we'll just continue to do this, as I feel it's a great way for our women veterans to be able to connect with each other and get that experience.
Yeah, that's the name of the game. This is about engagement. Melissa has spent a fair amount of time, putting that not only that website together, but this is a way you will have a bond together like nothing else. I'm not military, so I can't say nothing else. So I'm sure that you've had some bonding experiences in the past, but this is a way, again, you'll bond, you'll find some people that you'll really want to travel with over and over again. And we contribute some of this funding or some of the revenue back to the organization to try to help pay for other programs or for engagements and events. So that's the whole idea. You could go out and do this by yourself, but you're not going to get the same experience. And again, you want to be able to travel with some like-minded individuals. It's fun stuff.
Well, thank you, David, for your time today, and thank you all for joining in. Hopefully, we'll see some of you on the Nile or any of the other trips that we've got planned. So thank you again, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Tell your friends.